And we here.
Yes, things are already lit.
Alright. So if you're now joining us, it is Burn Team.
Hi.
Blessed. Morning, evening, noon and night. Right? So we cover the whole diaspora. So coming out of the LBGTQIA situation, the last topic we had was what exactly? What was the last topic? We did transgender.
Yes.
Yes?
We did sexuality,
Yeah.
where we would have identified the different sexual identities as well. And we would have discussed what sexuality is about.
His mighty prince, blessed love.
Yes.
Right.
There you go.
So we did sexuality, we did transgender, and now we are on sexual desire. You know, a lot of people came and gave their views. This platform is about your view, so we are not judging anyone on this live at present. Right? So, desire, you know, sexual desires are a very touchy scenario, and we will be delving into it soon. So if you are looking at this on Facebook, remember to like and share the page, and if you are looking at it on YouTube,
Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
make sure because you'll be notified.
Yes.
So this is Burn Team, and we are dealing with the holistic view: mental fitness, emotional fitness, physical fitness. So we're dealing with the entire person instead of, separate. We deal with the holistic view. So we welcome in everyone onto the live and everybody getting on board. And we'd like you all to comment in comment section and post what desire you have most when coming to the relationship that you are in. Because of the topic we have touched on before,
Hi,
we have
Candy.
big up Candy, big up Tero on the inside. Send some ads, boy. Hope you stay lamb. Yeah? So,
See Nick on the live.
right? So it is about sexual desire, and what we would like to see happening is sexual desire. Does it hold a place in the LGBTQIA discussion? Does it hold a place in your sexual desires as it plays a part on what type of relationships you get involved in? So we are asking people in the comment section to tell us if your sexual desire plays a part in selecting your partner, whether it be same sex or opposite sex, whether it plays a part in your selecting someone to be with. So in the comment section, place your view.
Yes. Because we want to hear from you.
Big up Nika Charles on the live as well.
We see people are creating a whole new community on this session. Nika is hailing out John, who isn't on the live as yet.
So if you're looking at this for the first time, this is Burn Team, and we want to deal with emotional health, physical health, mental health. Yes, so to people who are coming on, please place in the comment section what you guys think if desire plays an important part in you selecting a partner, in you selecting what type of relationship you get yourself involved in. So it is a very broad topic, but sexual desire plays a very strong role in this community.
Good night, Andy. Good night. Good night, John. Yes, John, Nika was healing you out, waiting for you, ready to hear your views.
Yes. Right, so we will be going to the message board because you guys run the show. We are just stewards of the platform.
Yes.
So again, place in the comment section does sexual desire, and we mean what you desire sexually, does it play a role or an important part in the partner and in selecting the type of relationship you get yourself involved in? Right? So, John share the page, Andy share the live, Nika share the live, and everyone on the live, you all should have already hit the share button at this point in time.
Yes.
Message board, Candy Barbara, I know you're thinking. Right, so I see the message board. Yeah. So we see John on the message board. We see it.
Nika, yes, I am seeing him, Nika. I saw that he joined in after you called his name, so he heard you.
So what John is saying? What
John is saying it plays a part. Knowledge, experience, and gender. Yes, John is saying it's bacchanal she like.
Well, I mean, Burn Team is about fun. While we see things from a different perspective, we try to educate and elevate and deal with topics that, you know, sometimes parents, these are topics parents didn't really want to talk about. So the platform is very mature platform where you could actually speak about certain things without saying, well, you know, it's vulgar. It's not vulgarity we are amplifying. It's just knowledge and point of view so that we can assist each other in navigating this particular scenario.
So, let's get to what do you all think sexual desire is? What is it? Let us hear what you all think sexual desire is all about.
In the comment section, So the question is being asked, what is sexual desire?
Yes.
So we're waiting on Nika, we're waiting on Andy, we're waiting on John, we're waiting on... right? So we're waiting. And as we wait, Chika, what sexual desire is to you?
What sexual desire is to me? Alright. So sexual desire to me is a longing, a wanting. You know, when it was something real bad.
Ice cream? Anybody?
Well,
what
you know, whatever it is, it does want real bad. You know, I just hear people saying, I feel in fact doubles are what that the rain could be falling, right? And they're going for the doubles, or they're going for the drink by the bar. And they want it real bad. They're going out of your way to get that thing that they're longing for. So, it's a longing, you know, that
so we will deal with the word because Burn Team likes to get the definition of the word desire. So Chika is going to give us the definition of
desire is a great want or a great need for something. And when we're talking sexual, now that speaks to the psychological, the emotional, and the physical aspects that you will have, or the connection you have with someone else sexually.
So we at Burn Team try to add a nice vibration. Now Chika has her company people, so send some hearts for Chika. Passion Empowerment. Chika is the social worker extraordinaire. That is where she holds her degree. So if you all really need someone to talk to, whether it be helping in a relationship, home, that kind of vibration, you could feel free to WhatsApp Burn Team page, have a WhatsApp button on the page, and you all could feel free too. You know? Feel free.
So Nika, what do you think sexual desire mean? What does it mean to you? Andy, yes, we are seeing that everyone is saying yes, sexual desire is an important part of a relationship.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10 people, in the comment section, where do you place sexual desire in the reality of having a partner, or selecting, even with the marriage, even selecting a spouse or a life partner, on whatever spectrum? Is it a 1, let's say 10 being the highest? Where does sexual desire fall in that scheme of things? And we see in the original Shamil.
Yeah.
Big up Shamil on the live. And feel free to put your comment in the comment section based upon where do you place sexual desire when coming to selecting your partner or that kind of thing? Is it 10 being the highest? So where is it? 1, 4, 3, message board. 10, 120.
John, I want a best roti. And I see a woman that have the sauce for my roti.
Oh, Jesus.
Hence, sexual desire.
No. Again. I know these people are fearful. So, John is saying that you want a best roti. You know, so it holds a high percentage based upon desire being up there in his reality. So for people who know coming on the live, it is about sexual desire. On a scale of 1 to 10, place in the comment section where does sexual desire fall when selecting
so
a
John
partner.
is saying 7. Nika, you have me over 10 or something? Let us know on a scale of 1 to 10 where sexual desire in a relationship is for you.
So we need everyone to, we could be
chip in.
open.
And then,
yeah,
this is a very open platform.
Right.
Remember, no one is here to judge you
Yes.
or what you know kind of funny way. This is a free space. Everybody being respectful of others' views, opinions, and desires.
I find the desire coming kind of, well, I find she can join this topic. So Andy, again, we're waiting for you to tell us, you know, and John saying 7, if sexual desire is 7, then it plays a high standard,
Yes.
right? So, Chica,
Yes. But
does desire in your mind, where's desire in your mind when coming to that type of selection?
when it comes to the selection or how we
Yeah, well, however you want to have.
I'll say 8.
Right? And again,
Well, what's
me?
yeah. I'm over 10 on.
Listen, we are enough numbers, right? So people again in the comment section, we want to place where does it rank in your, and does it really play?
Nika is saying 10.
Yes, right? So we're now getting some truth from you guys, right? And it really plays an important part. Now I want to pass spin on this thing. And he's saying 10, right? So does sexual desire determine if it is you become a lesbian? Is it desire or is it mental? Where do you think it would lie? Does desire play a role in the same sex? Since this is is a spin-off of the LGBTQIA, we want to know, does it play a role?
Not necessarily.
So desire, they don't think, okay.
No, not. At least I don't think not necessarily. Right? So everybody, as we see before in our previous lives, some persons choose whether they are attracted. Some persons will be attracted to same sex, some attracted to the opposite sex, and some are attracted to both sexes. Alright? So, when we're talking about sexual desires, it have a way people want to express themselves. Some people even have fantasies that they may or may not express. Right? John is saying,
message board.
like a pastor when seeing the responses. So far, we have John at 7, Nick at 10, and Andy at 10.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm now seeing this comment. Nika, you really go ask that? I know you have mirrors in your place. Right? Nika, you say that it break. Alright. Wonder how it break, boy?
Right. Chica.
Yeah.
Breaking mirrors. Right. So the topic is sexual desire. If you guys are now coming on, this is Burn Team. And we see Candy Barbara commenting on the comment section. Right. So again, this is Burn Team, and if you are looking
Yes.
at this on Facebook, share the page,
Yes.
like the live, share the live, and if you're looking at it on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Yes. So let's hear Candy Barbara.
Message board.
I realize that sexual desires are of a great demand. I don't think it is always met though. But how soon after do you express or tell someone you are in a relationship your sexual desires? I don't think sexual desires determine whether you are gay or straight. Right? So, Candy Barbara talking about a lot of different things. So let us break down Candy
Yes.
Barbara.
We're going into Candy
Right.
Barbara.
Right, so she's saying that she realized that sexual desire is of great demand. So earlier on, I don't know, Lion and I will just have a discussion before the live.
Meeting before the live.
Yes, and I was saying that we are all sexual beings. And he was like, yeah, well, right? But we are all sexual beings, right? Candy is saying she don't believe that people's sexual desires are met all the time, which is true, right? That is for different reasons. So it could be that maybe depending on the time and place, you may not be able to express your sexual desire, right? We will get to that.
Nika is on the message
We
board.
have, and then she asks how soon after, how
Right.
soon after having
We will touch
starting
it.
a relationship,
Yeah, we will touch it.
So John, the thirst causes wildness with the sexual desires. Nika say breaking hearts you mean. Now, it all depends on what it is they enter the relationship for.
Another comment there.
Right? John,
Nika.
flame.
Another comment there.
Alright, I've seen she respond. I do not know where that response is.
Lesbianism, just wanted a taste and I enjoyed it.
Alright.
Right, so Candy Barbara went into depth in speaking about, when. I think she wanted to know when. But my question to being devil's advocate, as I have always been, right, to our members on the live right now, in any time in your life in the relationships that you had, right, have you ever told that person you are with your deepest desires sexually?
Yeah.
I need to get that kind of response, because commenting it yes or no, you don't need to tell me what it is. If you feel to share it, you can.
Yeah.
Right? But yes or no, have you ever told any person you was with in your lifetime of dating, your deepest sexual desire?
Right. It's real about having the deepest needs met.
So and you could expatiate on your deepest needs that need meeting, so that you see, because
You
I
can
think,
never tell if you have somebody in the life that might be able to help you.
right, so again, people, if you're now joining us, it's sexual desire, people kind of creeping out and creeping in, but it's nice because these topics, we never had a forum where we could actually openly discuss these type of topics and be real and mature and not sound vulgar.
Yes.
And not sound like we inciting some kind of freaky things. Yeah? So, all who join me live, place in the comment section where desire is in your book on a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being the highest.
10 being the highest. And have you ever told the person that you are with at any point in time in your life your deepest sexual desires?
John, imagine being in a relationship with someone that satisfies your sexual desires and needs. Imagine is no set of words and is vibes. You have Candy Barbara. I have not expressed fully because I was afraid of what the person will think.
Feel free to express your desires on the live so that we could gain perspective on life, because you see, think about this. We spoke about relationships, we spoke about marriage, we spoke about soulmates, we spoke about now the transgender, we spoke about lesbianism, we into the LGBTQIA scenario, and we now add in sexual desire, because it now plays a very high part in everyone's selective scenarios. Now, if we have an element of a relationship with sexual desire is an element of a relationship, where it can't be expressed, but yet it is really high on everyone's list. Isn't that a hindrance in having some form of positive relationship? Because then you embarking on a partnership with one or two or 10 or how many you said back upon with. But yet the thing that rank high in your desire, the party doesn't know about it. So this is a forum where all of us, can gain some kind of insight and maybe, understand each other a bit more. Message board.
Well, Nika is saying yes, she, told her partner and she's saying yes, hence we did it.
Yeah. So you see, that's the thing. And I don't think 90% of us actually came out and spoke about our deepest. I'm not saying something where you could just blurt out, I like X or I like Y.
Okay, so like Candy Barbara earlier was saying, she has not expressed fully because she was afraid of what the person will think, right? So let us say some persons come from a religious background, or depending on their social status or whatever the case might be,
Right.
they may not, or the person that they are in a relationship with,
Right.
they may be very careful of expressing their desires, their fantasies, right? So we'll go to the message board and come back. Sonali, no, honestly, it never came up. Thinking about it, I really know how my partner will think about it or react. We have John. I haven't. Well, actually, I remember years ago, I wanted someone to just take advantage. And wait, I like, clear truth, I is a saint. So, John, we think we get in a drift, right?
Think you're getting a drift?
Yeah, we believe we're on a page because he is saying, I wanted someone to just take advantage.
And
So,
we're getting into the mental aspect of desire because the message board started to get wild, I realize.
let's make a message board. She said, yeah, let's go back to your horoscope. Look at how that come out.
Yeah. So, later on in life.
Later on in life.
Right? So, it is a mental scenario, John. We spoke about in the last live, we're talking about always having a dominant force when we talk about the universal principle. And sometimes, as I said in live before, sometimes men like the woman to take charge, as what you're saying is to take charge, and we will laugh because we will think it's a funny thing. But really and truly, this is something that could make or break a relationship because if you don't share it to the person or persons, right? If you don't share it, then it can't be met.
Yeah.
And if the desire is a 7 or a 10, then this needs to be spoken to a significant others or other.
So we have Andy saying his desires for threesomes.
Right.
Nika is saying, Stips, religious my ass. I'm born a Catholic, did the majority and what? Excuse. Now, Nika, I do not know how staunch in the Catholic you are, but I'm speaking of the people, right, who they feel a conviction just even speaking about sex on a whole. Just talking. It have some persons, as Candy Barbara said earlier, she was afraid of what the person will say. So I use that as an example. I'm not saying that you are wrong. It have some people that just be very open despite their religious background. And then it have some, as I say, keep them in some sort of line or whatever the case might be. Right? So it was just an example. It's not in your case, but for some, it just might be because of their religious background or whatever status they hold in society.
So, being devil's advocate, 50, Yeah. Message board, are you going into that?
50 Shades 365. I want my own.
Yeah, so the guys have been very open. I think Andy said threesomes, you know.
Yeah,
The
we
guys are
already,
being
yeah.
open, and I think the ladies hiding.
From our previous live, we know what Nika,
Right? But
is
Nika is being
interested
open
in.
as well. So,
Yes.
one.
So, yes.
So,
So let us,
Sonali, you
yes,
can
and now
feel,
what to say,
Sonali Bartholomew, feel free to express your
yes.
desires.
You said that you know how your partner would think about it or react it. And what is that desire?
Yeah, I want to know myself. Right? So, we missing out. Right? So, the guys are being open. Now, my question is now, if this desire is based upon a 10, how would you explain to your significant other about that desire and where you think you should move from there based upon where you place that desire?
You will be a nice enough. This is what John wants. My fantasy is having someone rough me, yes. Like how Patsy does beat life out of Narayan in and out the bedroom. I just want the bedroom vibes. Right? So, John maybe want the handcuffs and the whip. John, let us know if that's what you're saying there. Yeah.
And then that is going into fetishes.
Yes, but that is part of.
Right? So that is fetishes. So people, sexual desire is now a desire, and according to the type, it becomes a fetish. So, in the comment section, feel free to place your fetishes at the comment section, and have you told your partner about the fetishes that you have and the fantasies. Right? So right now we're seeing desires on a scale of 10, 7, 10 going up the road. So people need to be a little more open. That's why we have this platform. So if it is your one, Cami Barbara, I'm still waiting to hear what is the desire that you don't want to speak about. So you could always direct them. Go on Burn Team Live, put it in the comments so you could check it and see, because I want to tell you. Right? So if you're coming on this live for the first time, this is Burn Team, holistic health, mental, physical, emotional, and the topic is desire.
Sexual desire.
So John is looking for that kind of ride that you only see in the movies. You know, he wants the 49 yards, so that would be a certain type of individual. For if there is a 10 or a 7 on John's desires list, now when he going down the particular road of finding a companion, they would have to meet that type of vibration.
Yeah, and if it is they don't say, don't know if the person will be willing or not. So it's only one way to know. It's to
message board.
Think about it. Nika is saying threesome is nice.
Right.
I have a question. Yes. I have a question for the guys. So now you say yes, Andy said, he wants a threesome, right? And most times you see that a lot of persons, their threesome includes 2 females and 1 male. Is there anyone on the live who is, wanting or desiring to have 2 males and 1 female as part of the threesome? Just a question.
So you're asking the male?
Yes, asking the male, and are there any ladies who want
is he interested?
to...
I am. Dear message board.
Alright. I miss being tied up. Come on, ladies, stop running from it. John, just a woman that pleases me and uses me and directs me how she would like to be pleased. Nika, give me it on work while you're standing there. Just by seeing you, I want you, I don't care really how long you will take to break.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the topic is sexual desire, and the platform is really to give that vibration so that we can see point of view. So Chika asks a question. When women squinch the forehead, they have a reason why we have, right, so we have Andrews on.
Yes, good night, Giselle.
Giselle, the topic is sexual desire, so please in your comments, the comment section, where does sexual desire rank 10 being the highest on a scale of 1 to 10 in you selecting a person or a partner in your journey of life. And Chica G posed a question to the guys. John, you want to answer this question, Andy, or you want me to start the ball? Yeah? So the question was, normally, when a guy has that desire for the threesome scenario, it has always been 2 ladies. Yes?
So,
Message boy.
Sonali, baby boy, my deepest sexual desire is to experience a BDSM. I have already seen my partner dominant traits. It's just to carry it there. John, 2 females or no? Unable.
You get 2
Nika,
females.
2 females, 1 male.
Oh my.
How much? I'll take.
Now, again, fetish.
Yeah, I was just throwing it. I was just asking because I recognize that.
I didn't get a chance to reply.
Yes, go ahead and reply.
Because I realize everybody get hot. Huh? Any heterosexual male. Right. Yeah. That's it. That's it. You see, what I don't understand why ladies ask this question when you're talking about straight men. Because straight men will not really feel comfortable in a room with one woman in that scenario. You will really need a bisexual, 2 bisexual males. Right? So women always tend to throw back this question at men when men speak about the desires. They always throw, you know, you want 2 women, why you want 2? Because it have females that wouldn't go that way. And only females who get involved in those kind of acts are bisexual. So they will not have an issue having that scenario. But ladies always try to return the talk. Or they want 2 women, why 2 men? Because women again thinking on bias, right? So I will set the record straight for every woman who ever asks a man when he tell you he like this. I can set the record straight. You need 2 bisexual males to have that experience. You can't have 2 straight males not gonna be in the same room like that. And I think women supposed to understand this before they from up the face and ask it like, if you know, it's on me. And that is why guys don't tell the persons they are with the desires. So again, that is why the platform is here. Fellas will never tell the desires because they are met with a bias response.
But was it really a bias question?
Women tend, when a guy, I been real serious, right? When a guy expresses, them fellas expressing their desires, right? My point is, anytime a guy expresses a desire based on that parameter, the response from the woman always is. Why? So if I say I want 2 men, you go. It's dumb, right? Because any 2 women coming together with a man in that particular instance have some form of bisexual tendencies. So they are comfortable doing that. Whereas a straight woman will not be comfortable doing that. And instead of being honest and saying, well, I'm a straight woman, I do swing like that, then the man would know what he had to do or what he had not to do.
Right.
So given a biased response when a man is sharing his desire, it doesn't help being I will just get introverted like this. Because you ask me something, I'll be honest with you, and then you shoot me with this next kind of biased statement. Why I, being a straight man, would feel comfortable with it. No straight man is going to be comfortable like that. Right? No heterosexual man gonna be is a bisexual. You need to get some bisexual men if that is what you're into.
So
straight and narrow.
We have John, Andy, all of them saying yes. 2 ladies. Nika, love my toys. I don't need a man. Right? John, I a good fella. Listen, I need water to drink. It's only heat. Andy is agreeing with you. Yes. Nika said, give me my woman, thanks.
Oh yeah, yoy.
John 1 heterosexual male and by ladies.
So where's the BSM, Sonali? Where's that?
Right, so the BS, let me make sure I have it. Basically, is bondage and discipline.
Oh,
Yes.
that's interesting. So, fellas, story time now. Any story time on the live? Anybody want to share the stories? At some point I might share a story. So here we're going on. Ladies have to share a story, and Chica might share a story, or I might share a story, right? But in reality, people now are coming out with their desires. Now, my question is, have you guys, Nika said yes, have you personally spoken to your significant other about that particular desire because you're holding it in a very high place? Some people saying 10, some people saying 7, that kind of thing. So have you shared it? And Candy Barbara, we're still waiting on the reason why. I don't know if you're typing a short story for us. Yeah? Right. Message board Norman.
Yeah,
Right?
Joanna was saying realness lion.
Yeah. And you know, ladies kind of private with the desires as well. So you know, sometimes as Candy would say, she's afraid of what the person might think. But my point is, why continue a life like that?
Yeah.
If you have a guys a life partner or partners or borrow, you're taking a borrow, right? At least you had to be open enough to say, well, this is what I like from what I don't like, or because just as how you share your likes and dislikes, I don't like this, I don't like that. Why are you not sharing those other parts when you're already intimate with the person? You need to share it. If you send a WhatsApp and send a hide face, you know, because there's so many ways to get involved in the thing. So if you're looking at this on Facebook, share this live. If you're looking at this on YouTube, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So what we talking about tonight?
Sexual desires.
This morning, whenever you're looking at this live, it is sexual desires. Pick up Sherry on the live late, you know, but Sherry, place in the comments your sexual desires, and have you ever spoken to your spouse about sexual desires?
Alright, so Candy is saying, I'm private about my desires. I'm afraid to express because of experience.
Well, Candy girl, all of us are here, and there nobody here to judge and you know you can see it without seeing it, eh?
Yeah.
You could hint it without seeing it, trust me. Right? So we have people who want bondage, we have people into threesomes, we have people who into girl on girl, that kind of thing.
Alright, Sherry, feel better soon. It would have been nice to hear your desires on the live, but
Big up Sherry, man.
she's out.
Right? Bless her love. Right? So, moving forward, desires of the heart, is that desires of the sexuality? Does the heart play a role in your desires? Because I hear intent and thing. So you love this person. So my point is, what you're gonna do, you're in a relationship, you have these desires, you're not being open with it. What is your next move? Yeah, you're gonna hide it, you're gonna be open. What you're gonna do if that person plans to be your life partner or partners in the war? Right?
We have Nika say, I only fell out with one lady because she wanted him more than I.
Oh.
It was just fun. Get with it. Andy, we all need to be open with each other.
So, that story time, Nika is saying, you know, it was going nice, you know, and until.
Yeah.
So, sometimes the desires we have that include other parties, the feelings just come, especially when you're sharing intimacies, unless you're a type of person who could keep it business, you know, that kind of way. But like having that kind of vibe with other people, you know, intimacies, that tends to have feelings involved, unless that person is really wired a particular way. Yes, I see it, Sherry say, oh gosh, thanks, right? So feel better. Share. Yes. Message board.
And he's just saying yes, it does play a big part.
A big part? Where's a
Yeah.
big part? So Andy, talk to me. What are the deepest desires you're having, and have you been upfront with the special person about your desires? And people, it is an open platform, so feel free. I know we like, remember Dollar Jam in school? And the boys on one side of the school, the room, and the girls on the other side, and like, nobody, you know what I mean?
Right, so now you see, no, why hide? It's just a timing of expressing it. It may not be the right time.
Well, timing is good, but
how long? What is,
what
so
would be the
Candy
timing?
Barbara, did ask, what would be the best time to express your sexual desires to your partner? So, Sonali, when do you think is the best time to express your sexual desires to your partner?
And being a guy, soon as humanly possible. Because if your desire is matching up with my vibe, then you're going to be wasting it all that time. I think being upfront early,
What is early?
as soon as you the intimacy, because as soon as you start to get that kind of intimacy, and you having these desires in your mind and you're keeping it to yourself, tell me what, sort of tell me, because then we incomplete.
In that aspect.
In that aspect. Message board, boy.
Right, and Sonali is saying, plus you have to understand how your partner's way of thinking and how they will nurture you.
Well, that's how it goes. But being upfront is always best, especially in anything. Sometimes people would say, better to tell me in the beginning. You see, upfrontness is something that would save people a lot of wasted time.
And just now, you asked a very important thing. When you place your heart, so some people say, I love this person real bad.
Yeah.
Everything else is real nice, eh? But when it comes to the sexual, meeting the person's sexual needs and desires, does that affect the relationship positively or negatively? What will you do if it is you cannot meet your partner's sexual desires and needs?
And the reality of it is some people's desires are burning desires. It's not like a feeling for ice cream today or a feeling for a slice of cheesecake. It is the tossing and turning in the night because they're not getting that desire.
Alright, so Nika is saying once you have understanding, right? She was replying to Sonali saying this was one of the reasons we fell apart. Sure, sex have connectivity in it, I want to ground that wire in somebody. All social distancing observed.
How are you doing that? How are you doing that, John? How are you doing that? Social distance, how are you doing that? Right. So I realize there's a back and forth on the live, which is not a problem. Right? So, people, the topic is sexual desire. And where do you place it? I think where you place the desire will determine how your relationship goes with the person, because to hide something and then in the back of your mind, that's where you want, and a desire is a strong word, eh?
Yeah.
It's not like a feeling for a little this,
You wanted bad, real bad,
Yeah.
bad.
So imagine you want this desire so bad, but yet you're not sharing with the person who you're sharing this intimacy with, right? It would have a negative effect on the relationship. No, from the LGBTQIA perspective, how does that resonate when this same type of desire is placed maybe in a same-sex relationship? How would that resonate now? Because you're in a same-sex relationship, right? And now you have a desire for, how does that play? You see, because if you're upfront, this is important, because that's going to trip you up later on. Because next thing you invest a whole 3 years, and then on the 4th year, they come in to tell you, well, I like horse. Or it's something weird that they way. All these desires is kind of like normal. I've not seen anybody post up something like totally off bondage is normal. You know, these is things are normal. And still, I haven't seen something like, you know, a deal breaker. So, in the comment section, tell me what would break the deal with you guys. What would be a desire of your partner that would break the deal, will break the relationship? If they come and say they want this, you're gone. Talk to me. Chica, oh, break the deal. What would break the deal, ladies and gentlemen? And the topic is desire, right? So, what do you think would be, you would really have to be upfront if it's a same-sex relationship when coming to these types.
Just as any other relationship.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as we know, sex is not the only aspect of relationship, right?
But since we're on desire.
Yes, since we're on desire, I believe, as we see V on the live last segment, you know, she is a lesbian, and I believe that they will be upfront because it have times when, just as persons who are heterosexual may have the fantasy or the desire to have a threesome, they too may desire to have a threesome. It may include another woman. It may just happen to include a man. Right, so of course that will be a discussion. So all relationships, whether it's same sex, bi, whatever it is, whatever relationship you are having, you would need to be open, honest, upfront. So everybody know what everybody wants and what people don't want.
So in the comment section, feel free to place what is your deal breaker when coming to desires in a relationship. What is the no-no? So let's say your partner comes to you with a proposition and saying, well, this is my desire. I look at Burn Team Live, so I come and tell you.
So we have...
Right?
Ali, as I said before, we all need to be open with each other because sex is about being open. Nika, sex was best. Can't complain.
Right? So Nika, John, Andy, Sonali, everyone on the live, what is the deal breaker? What is a desire that you would say, no, I'm not getting involved? Mrs. McCalman on the live and the message board again.
Right. So, good night, Shanaka. She's still late, but good night. John, I have lost those sexual desires throughout the years, to be honest. I just have a few pleasurable memories, mainly because of the dangers, the negative experiences. We have Sonali saying, me, I love too. If I can't meet my partner's desires, I hope he would be open and tell me, and I myself have to notice something. I'm open to learning. Same way I love to be pleased, I want my partner to be satisfied.
That's interesting, because that's a very big statement, when coming to females, because we know our treating women, guys, they ain't as liberal as they say, they open as they say. But I think time changing and, we kind of getting out there, and letting one another know the parts of us that we feel maybe ashamed or maybe, a how to let our partner know.
They say my fears are homo behaviors, aka man on man.
No, John, that's your fear. So you're afraid the young lady asks you, John boy, I want to try an ex-boy. So you see, that's the thing. Now, if she's open to tell you, then you would be able to explain to her that you can't really go down that path of
and that might be John's breaking point.
That's it. I see Andy commenting on the live.
Right, so Andy, for me, if it's my girl comes to me and asks me, have sex with a guy while she looks on, that's it. I am out.
Now people have fetishes, a lot. Now, I hear what you're saying, fellas. You know, I mean, remember the song in Old Testament, eh? Interested enough the song like Old Testament, when we was talking the song like the old time days again coming back. You know, and the times have changed. You know, and as we move into a new year coming up, it is even getting stranger. Message board.
So we have Nika. A, I am afraid of sickness, you know. Not just AIDS. They got a lot more. Be safe. That's all I want. John, no penetrated me, you know.
Right? So as we explained before, for a young lady with that type of desire, you would have to really get a bisexual, two bisexual males.
Yeah.
Ladies like to use this term, you know.
So Sonali is saying my no is children and animals. No girl. John, preach, Father, preach.
You just like to add.
But that's what John is saying there.
Big up John Boy on the inside. I know how one soul, you know, on the inside they have a back. And you wake, you know, them ladies like to turn on way. There's pack animals, you know. Right. So now you're saying no children, no. And I like how she touched on that because a lot of people have these very silent desires which include children. Hence the trafficking of children is very, if you really do the research on child trafficking for that type of nature, it is extremely high. It's higher than gold and diamonds. Right? So there are people with desires that are not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
We don't mean encouraging that. But then, would you be open to tell your partner that type of desire even though you know it is not socially acceptable? And now the question is, if your partner says something like that, is that now borderline on a mental issue?
No, I would have seen that persons, you know, before they would have called them pedophiles. And we have some of these said persons who are interested in having sex with children or even, you know, promoting child pornography that they are saying is now like a sexual identity as it has bisexual, homosexual, etc. Right? No. Me, that could be a no. Right? Having, you know, wanting to have sex with a child. Right? So.
My question is again.
Nobody ever talk about that. I don't think somebody is going to come out.
My question is, there are other fetishes that are not socially acceptable. And again, this is a platform where we want to provide assistance. We do not know if someone looking at this live is now struggling with that type of desire. So it's easy to say, nah, right? We under pressure, you know.
Yeah.
Because anytime we going good all the time, and anytime we touch on something that ain't pre-programmed in our mind. Now, but there are people who struggling with this issue. And it is not in the tens, it's not in the hundreds, it's not in the thousands. It may be in the hundreds of thousands, maybe in the millions. And this is a touchy scenario. But at the end of the day, if anybody is watching and have this desire and need someone to talk to, feel free to touch the WhatsApp button. And someone will be there to assist in working with you to see how best we could deal with that desire. Because the topic is sexual desire, But everything we talk about is pleasurable and acceptable in certain formats. But as soon as we start to go over the line, we recoil.
Alright. So, just want to say this, right? So, of course, we have things that, we individually, we don't want, right? So, sometimes too, now, some people, they may have that desire, and it all depends on how they look at it. That if it is they see no issue with it, or they don't want to talk about it because they know it is not accepted in society, then they wouldn't talk about it. So we go into the message board. We have NACA. Both male and female will have you lying with your friend or someone, some say a cousin, and both of them ride in bed. I've seen it, I've lived it. Andy, I give, not take, and I'm one way, not two way.
Big up Junior on the inside, Junior.
John, turn on with your toy in the hand, telling a boy, grab your ankle them. No grease tonight, I won't. Andy, I won't be able to accept that in a relationship. I guess she was agreeing with Sonali as well. And they wouldn't tell you they're into children, but they would do so when they're back to NACA. Me over here about that now, I will trip off with my babies. I don't care how old they are mine. I'll call the police after I kill them. Junior, highway dead. Andy, I will kill them full stop, and I am not sorry for saying so. And that is very prevalent in this country. And recently, right, now we're speaking about persons having, fetish with, children. But we also have young person having fetish with much older person. So recently, we would have seen that a 34-year-old or somebody in their cities, he would have raped and killed a lady in her 70s. For some person, that's like,
So,
the desires.
Again, we are talking about sexual desire. If you are looking at this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Big up to Shana Huggins on the live.
Hi, Shanice.
And we are speaking about sexual desire. And Shanice, feel free to place where is your sexual desire in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest in you selecting a partner. And we have gone down a rabbit hole, people, as we have always done. But in truth and in fact, this is a part of society, whether we want to believe it or not. Now in all things, as we say, I am not here to judge anyone. I am not no judge, jury, or no executioner. So when I hear in words like, I go kill them, and it's nice, it sounds nice, but it ain't right. Because at the end of the day, we don't have the authority to do so, regardless of how we feel. And funny enough, these were some of the words that we use when coming to the LGBTQIA.
Yes.
So you see how it's something familiar?
Yeah.
It's something familiar because it's not socially acceptable. That doesn't say we accept it. Is that regardless of I accept it or not, that doesn't give me the right to do harm unto anyone. I don't have the right to go find anybody and chop off the head because they did something. That is not my place. I still committing murder regardless of the reason why. Right? So, anyone who needs help, I would say help based upon that type of counseling, as we on the topic and we hear and you spill across this conversation and you thinking you need some help, we have Passion Empowerment, Chica J on the inside, to hear you and kind of give you some guidance. Because I would think that any person who comes out and says they have a struggle with that would be victimized.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. Because if somebody's coming out and saying they have a problem, that means they want some help.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about the people hiding in the closet and doing the wrong thing. I'm talking about somebody saying,
hey,
what's going on? I have a problem. This is the problem and I need some help.
Yeah.
Right? And we had to reach a stage, and that is why how we as a society, anytime something doesn't line up with what we were programmed to believe, you listen to the words,
yeah,
all of a sudden we turn criminal. And it's the same thing we were saying about the LGBTQIA, burn them and God burn down a city for that and fire feed them and put them on that. What they believe in and what you believe in is two different things. We must coexist in peace.
Yes.
That doesn't mean I believe in what you do, but I must be able to coexist with you in peace on this planet. And that is what is keeping us from evolving as a race. We still scratching at the doorpost because anything that we don't like, we scratch at it. Yes? So any person who needs to talk relationship-wise, fetish-wise, desire-wise, that is not right, right? By the standards of society, feel free to touch that WhatsApp button and you may have someone to speak to help. Because we are here to help. We talk, we enjoying ourselves, but we're here to help as well.
Nigga saying you won't understand that I bring them in this world. I got to cut 5 times and you want to ride my children. My God will forgive me.
I think you're attaching personal emotion to what it is I'm saying. Right? What it is I'm saying is that if someone needs help, give them the help because they're trying to get over the thing. If somebody's an alcoholic and they're trying to get over it, they're looking for help. I'm not condoning any kind of action, but irregardless, God ain't forgiving nobody with that kind of action. So I don't know why should they say that? They say they're going to do something real crazy and then say, God, go forgive me. How you do that?
Oh, God have to forgive me.
God have to do nothing. You know what I'm telling you? Right? In reality, we not with the action.
Yeah, but both ways it end up being 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right? We're not condoning the action. But if someone needs help and they have the real courage, you know it is for somebody to know they have a problem like that and then come out and say they have a problem and ask for help and then when you chop off their head because they tell you that's not civil.
And so even as we speak about okay, so Sonali is saying if you are open to ask for help, I will be empathetic and direct you to the nearest form of help. Nika, my head hurting me. I go on. Good night. Good night, Nika. Right? So yes, if it is someone, because you don't even know, you might have something, some fetish, some desire that may not be acceptable in someone else's eye. And you don't want to be treated, badly, or you don't want to be discriminated against, and you don't want nobody saying they want to kill you or anything like that.
Yeah, because as people rightfully said, if you say you like your threesome and your girls, and somebody come out and say, well, God done burn down a whole city for that, and I go light your fire next time I see you because he's a sodomite. Right? You wouldn't like that. Right? So again, we're trying to have respect. And we're trying to put perspective into place. So the topic is sexual desire.
Yes, and a good question is, how do you know? A lot of people we see that who have sexual desire 10, who say doesn't have enough numbers, etc., etc. Right? Now we have to know time and place. Right? I think that is something. So while we may have a desire, sometimes we may not be able to express that desire at that particular point in time. There might be, some persons have very high sex drives. So they may feel like they need to have sex all the time as much as they can. Right? And if it is, let us say you're walking down the road, right? You're walking down the road, or you are in a business place, you're with a partner, or you might even see somebody, because sexual desire, it also, you must be sexually attracted to the person. You're not just going to have sex with somebody that you're not sexually attracted to, right? And some people even have fetishes with having sex with strangers that no clue who this person is. You don't know their back, you don't know anything, so you don't know if you're going to pick up some kind of STD, right? So some people have that. But are those things safe? And how do you protect yourself and even control yourself in certain situations?
Desires is hard to weigh in that manner. A burning desire sometimes reaches a stage that you can't control. So you are talking about very calculated, precise and test tube situations. Sometimes we tend to use disease as the deterrent. That is That do
But
exist.
no, that's
Yeah, because all of us will say, boy, this is lie. Right? Because to all who have sex before, we just try to put disease when it is we don't agree with something as a deterrent.
true, true.
But if we agree with it, we don't put it in front.
Yeah, true.
If we agree, man and woman together, one man, one, yeah.
Yeah, everybody, the truth,
Yeah.
STDs and
Yeah,
everything, but
yeah.
okay, let us go and get tested together. It have some persons, they may say here, but let us go. It have some, and then it
Look,
don't have
look.
those.
We always use, I mean real, we always use that disease when it reach a point where we don't agree. Time you treat some, oh God, we got sick. But you're studying, you was having sex with the man without a condom all the damn time, whole year. But come on, I mean, people, we need, this is real talk. I'm gonna stop as I just say in Trinidad, mama guy ourselves. My auntie is one of the persons who deal with AIDS awareness in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm not calling her name, right? And in a seminar they held with people who contracted the HIV virus, they asked everyone to stand, all the persons who contracted the HIV virus from a prostitute. No one stood up. In a seminar full of people, every person, it didn't have a 1% now. Every person who contracted the HIV virus contracted it from somebody they trusted. Every person who stood up was from a husband and wife. It wasn't from no orgy, no. Nobody didn't stand up and say it was a fetish and I get it. No. So please people, don't put disease in front of something you don't agree with. Just say that not your vibe. Because most of us, the person who you're hugging up in the night, your wife, your husband, whoever, the people man, people woman, right? 9 out of 10 times is unprotected sex. Irregardless of your desire, you know, desire don't bring disease. So people please.
No, it
Right?
doesn't.
The desire ever get the disease, right? So let me don't even put it in the same sentence. We're talking about desires.
No, I just threw
Yeah.
it in there that sometimes the control, sometimes, yes, Andy, he say I think it's the rush that goes with it. So, sometimes, some people may have fetish in having sex in public places, like maybe the beach, or in a car park, you know those places.
Well done, Andy. I know that's in your brain. Andy, I know that's in your brain. I like the excitement.
Right? So it is like excitement for them. However, you might want to, you know, as I say, a public place for some may choose to do it, you know, different places that will give them, you know, this rush. Some persons even have where, even though they are being pleased by their partner sexually, they may say, nah, I still want a rush. I want to have sex with, you know, many other different women because it gives me the rush. I want to know what the woman will do. That kind of thing. So some people they find, they will, you know, say, nah, not my wife alone or not my husband alone, and they go out there for the rush.
Place in the
have
comment
different-
section people who like the rush. Ivy. You know, who like that rush. Who like the excitement. Because people get bored in relationships.
Yeah.
And people who really like adrenaline rushes, them just get bored quick. Them ready to go.
Yeah.
Right? So again, that's why we said, if we was up front, to protect against all these issues, you talk about disease, you talk about this, you talk about that. Now think about somebody being open and honest, and now with the parameters now, you have a reason now to protect, to understand, to see why. Because what happens if I am not explaining to the person who I am intimate with some of my desires and I have it inside, I would go get it outside and not tell that person. That's to be there. Because one, I might be afraid to tell them. Two, I might realize that person not new. So 9 out of 10 times it doesn't know from when he started.
Yeah.
That person not into that, and you know, so, and even certain sexual acts in the bedroom with two people. Sometimes it have things that you may like that the other person Yeah. So you should have a part 2 to this. You know, you should have a part 2 because, you know, the desire is a broad topic.
Yeah.
But in the comment section, for
And
the next...
yeah, just make it quick.
in the comment section, you all tell us what you all would like to, you know, for the next live, you know. So we have touched on the LGBTQIA, and we looked at it from desire now. We looked at transgender, yes. We looked at soulmate. You know, we touched with people who have same-sex relationships, and we're getting now perspective on different things. So feel free to inbox us on what you guys think should be the next topic at hand. Everybody what it is. Right? And we need to be open and honest with each other when coming to desires, because desires play a pivotal part in relationships. Yes, Chica, what do you think we should do next time? Where's your vibe?
Wow.
Where's your feeling?
You know, we just like to hear what the people have to say, what is you want.
So make some suggestions.
And you're saying yes, part 2.
So I think the sexual desires part 2 should be what you would want in the bedroom.
So now, that's the fun of it, story time. I remember wanting to give my partner a blow in the midst of traffic.
So that is for the rush. That is people who like the rush and like to get locked up if in case the police and them pass. You know what I mean?
Now everybody might wonder, did it happen or did it not?
Wow. Right, so again, you know, people, and this ain't part 2, so I think part 2 should be sexual desire, what you would like from your partner in the bedroom that you have not discussed with them as yet. So hidden desires of the bedroom.
Hidden desires.
Hidden desires. Part 2. Yeah? Right. You want to know if it happened? But you might
some people might be like,
some people who want to know if it happened.
That's the fun. Story time. She said story time.
Who is the some people?
She said story time. She said, I remember one thing too. Yeah.
Who is the some people who want to know that?
I don't know. People on the live, they might be, oh, story.
Nobody want to know that. Eh? So, it's your boy Lion.
And they get Chica-Chi.
All your week go on until next time when we doing
Hidden desires.
Hidden desires. People we good, John we good, right?